Alrighty, welcome to the first episode of Randomvivor Rewind. Today we'll be covering Season 3, Wizards of Waverly Place, with our special guests, Nicole and Sifi.
Yay, hi.
Hello, hello.
How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, I'm also doing surprisingly good, considering I was at an 11-hour shift at work today.
Oh my god, gross.
Dang, that is crazy.
Yeah. But it was fine. It was a Sunday, so it was pretty chill. So I'm not complaining.
Fair.
Alright, let's get started.
Yay.
What do you guys remember about your season?
Well,
Not a whole lot, to be honest. When
Welcome to
did
the
we
club.
play?
This
was
season was. Let me
It
go
was
look.
ages ago.
it was
The season was almost
chaotic.
It's been over a year.
That's crazy.
The
a
season
year and a half.
ended. The season ended in January of 2023, so it has
Yeah,
been
that's crazy.
over a year. I think we
Yeah.
started in December.
Yeah,
Yes,
December
it
11th.
started in December. I remember the day before merge.
It was
I was
December
supposed to
11th.
fly out home for winter break.
Yeah, because
December
the
11th.
season went a while. Like it was over a month because we had a couple of breaks because there was like Christmas and New Year's
That
and
usually happens with those seasons.
and a
was
lot of mental health
December
breaks. I think.
11th.
A lot of mental health breaks. The
A lot
season
of
went on for
mental
eternity.
breaks.
Not to mention the pre-merge also was just really
Oh,
long, and it was
just
the
kidding.
first one like that. 'Cause
Yeah, I was
prior to the season, both seasons 1
December
and 2 we were
3rd.
at merge within a week.
when I was like looking back
That's
at like the charts and stuff to like kind of like compile like our list of talking points, like kind of like researching back on the season. I didn't realize like how long the season felt and like how like I was looking back, almost every vote was unanimous for the whole season.
Oh,
That's
Which
awesome.
is crazy. Like
That's
I think there
awesome
was
impressive.
only like 2 or 3 votes that were not unan the whole season.
damn, that sounds kind of boring, not gonna lie.
Yeah, and even the
Okay,
ones
like
that
it
weren't
sounds
unan,
boring.
even the ones that weren't unan, it was like 5-2.
Oh.
So it wasn't like I think the most split of a vote we had was the FTC vote.
Yeah,
The whole
it sounds
season.
boring, but with like the amount of chaos that was in that season, like
Yeah,
I mean,
like there
I
was
mean, the
kind of
amount-
balances out.
Drama lovers must have like adored that season.
No.
yeah, like I was
Yeah.
looking back, I was like, I
Yeah.
forgot how many advantages there were this season.
there were a
Oh,
lot.
we
Things got
overstuffed it.
played.
We stuffed that shit full.
Yeah, and
This is the
Danny
only
had
org
all
that I
of
have
them.
gotten multiple advantages in.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like Danny had almost
Did
all
I?
of them.
Did I
Yeah,
have
I think
anything?
me and Danny
don't
had
Oh, yeah.
most of them.
Sifi, you did have an advantage. It was one that only worked in the pre-merge.
You had.
It was
Oh, I
not-
remember it was the Bailey's bailout.
You had the Bailey's bailout, so you could have swapped with someone on another tribe.
Oh,
for one
true.
round.
I remember. Yeah.
Oh,
And we thought after this Locks vote you might actually do it too.
True.
Because I remember
True.
you
I
were very
remember. I
against the
remember
Zox
saying
vote.
something about it. True.
I remember you being very against the Locks vote. We thought you might actually use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
crazy.
I remember saying to Ross, like, I think if the Max tribe goes to another tribal, that Sifi might use it. But you guys ended up not going to another tribal, so. Okay, yeah. I guess we should probably start by like breaking down the season a little bit and like
Yeah, why not?
our
Let's do
rundown.
it.
So this season was obviously Wizards of Waverly Place themed. We had a cast of we started on 3 tribes of 6, so it was a cast of 18. But it was 15 newbies and 3 returning players for the season. So it was a captain season in which we had Danny, Adelaide, and Zlox all coming back as captains for this season, which I was going through and I was like looking at it and I completely forgot that Danny was a captain at first.
Me too.
I was looking because he quit the first time he played. So when I was looking at it, I was like, Zlox and Adelaide were captains. I was like, Adelaide and Zlox are captains. Who was the third one? I was like, who was the third captain? And it was like, oh my god, it was Danny.
Emma, if you remember correctly, he wasn't supposed to be on that season.
No,
originally.
he wasn't supposed to be on that season.
Really?
Wait,
Now,
on the first time that he played
originally,
on
I planned. So for the first 2 seasons, we did this thing where it was a double tribal right before merge.
Oh my
And
God,
we
that
took
was
2 of the most raw players from that twist from the first 2 seasons. and that was where Adelaide and Zlox came from.
He was supposed to
Danny
just
happened
do
when I realized,
captains.
wait, if we're doing Alex and Justin, we might as well do Max.
Yeah, Danny didn't
And
ask.
then Danny opened an application. I'm like, fuck it, sure.
Yeah, so we just made him like a third like robbed captain because he had to quit because of like personal circumstances the first time.
I mean, personally, I'm glad that happened because I don't think I would have made it where I did without him.
He certainly was an important player in this season, so he
Oh, yeah.
he very much was an important character in this season.
Yes.
So
Yeah, this
For
is definitely of the 3 seasons he played, this one's the one where he stood out the most. By far.
3?
Oh, he played a third time afterwards?
Season
He played 4.
season 4.
Season 4 right after this.
Really?
How did that
He again quit at second boot.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, it didn't go very well in season 4. It did
No, it
not
did
go
not.
very well for him.
But that's for next episode.
That's for the next episode.
The next episode.
Yeah, that's a whole can of worms to unpack there.
We'll get to that.
Which I didn't even really know happened at the time because I was also playing that season. But yeah, okay, so we had 3 tribes, Alex, Justin, and Max. And as Ross said, the beginning of this season was pretty slow. It had a little bit of a slow start with the Max tribe. Like, I mean, Nicole, your tribe didn't go to a single pre-merge tribal.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Your starting tribe didn't go once.
No, we
I
did
think-
not.
I think mine went to 1 tribal, or was it 2?
You went to 2, Siffy. You
Oh,
were on the Max
Andrew.
group, right?
I think we voted Andrew and Slox out. I
Yeah,
think.
Andrew and Zlox. Which is
I don't
crazy.
think I
'cause-
went to tribal until Final 13.
Yeah, Nicole, you were riding safety for a
13?
while
Oh,
there.
God. That is crazy.
Nicole, were
But,
you on the
no,
tribe that didn't go to a tribal during the swap? I forget, because I know there was a tribe that didn't go to a tribal during the swap because
No, there wasn't actually. So
Well, no, we
the
were
swap-
supposed to.
Yeah, someone walked.
yes, that's
Which
what I was
was frustrating because I would have been immune.
Yeah, Nicole was supposed to be immune, and then Logan walked. So
yeah.
there was no tribal. But then Nicole's tribe went to tribal the next round.
Yeah.
So both tribes did go to a tribal from the swap. But yeah, the pre-merge was a little bit slow, but there were still some fun moments there. I mean, there were some fun challenges in the pre-merge. I was looking back at. We had the iconic "What's that, a hat?"
Oh my God. I hated that challenge.
I think
it was
I
so
liked it,
painful.
but I also hated it at the same time.
Okay, it was funny, but like it was also so painful to do. But it
Oh
was
no, we
I
had so much fun with that. Emma, you remember the freaking hat edits we made?
Oh my
yeah, we had
God.
made hats with like my face on them. Like
Yeah.
we
Oh
put
my
the
God.
idol command in the hats because no one had found it still. It had been like 2 rounds.
Oh my God, the freaking
Oh, yeah,
idol
the
command
2MX.
is still the
Oh my
funniest thing. Because
Yeah.
no one was able to find it for like 2-3 rounds, and during the second challenge, what's that hat? We plastered it on like multiple things. It's on one of the hats. It's like the name of 3 of the hats.
Yeah, I don't think any of us got it from that.
It took
I
a
think
while.
Danny
Someone
finally
got
found it like a round later.
I think
Wait,
Becca
did they-
Lynn was the first one to find it. Actually,
I think I was like
Didn't
right
I-
after
didn't I
Danny.
found it? Didn't I find it during the,
Siffy,
the
I think
challenge?
you found it as well.
Yeah.
I
But I
found
think-
it
I
at
think
some
you-
point. I just don't know when.
I'm pretty sure it was Nicole. I think you had gotten all the letters for it like before that.
Yeah, and then I just didn't know what to make of it.
yeah, it was hidden in the rules. It was hidden in the rules.
It was
for, like,
hidden in the rules,
Yeah.
capitalized. We were supposed
I
to-
remember. Oh my God, I remember because I
supposed
made
to,
a
like-
list of that very early on, and I like worked on trying to unscramble it, and I could not get it for the life of me.
It's because it was also a cipher. You're supposed to decipher it, then unscramble
Yeah, I don't think I processed that,
it.
Oh,
but it's
Yeah.
fine because then I did eventually get it, and then I ended up getting like 3 advantages.
But yeah, once people did get it, like,
Yeah.
then all the advantages got found. Because the thing with the idol hunt this season, it was the labyrinth, right? It was the maze.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
that
the-
was fun.
Oh, yeah,
It
that
was
was really
fun.
fun. I loved
It was a really fun idol hunt, and then all the advantages, every host had their own advantage in it.
Yeah.
I remember
my
it started
God.
with Peanut.
The season was so overstuffed.
I remember the part of the hunt was like that I had to change my profile picture and my
Yeah.
username, and I got like this cursed picture from Emma, and I hate to name myself Toe Lover 3000.
I kind of miss
Yeah.
my high dog picture.
Uh,
Okay, I kind of miss that picture.
Yeah, and like so every house had their own advantage. So there was like the peanut snake idols that you had to pre-play
But there were like
them.
3 of those.
Yeah, we probably did not need that many peanut snake idols. I
No,
think
we
peanut went a
didn't.
little bit crazy.
Well, we thought they were cool.
They were. It was fun.
Yeah, because I think you, Danny, and Clayton all had
Mm-hmm.
one of the snake idols at some point. And then there was like my advantage was that like it could save you from rocks. Like if you pre-played it, and in the event of rocks, you would be immune. Then
cool.
there was a Silver's fake idol.
I got that one.
Yeah, this fake. Yeah, because you sent it to Adelaide.
Oh yeah.
Adelaide after Sam got voted out, yeah.
And Adelaide was so convinced it was Danny the whole time.
Really?
Not Danny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, so it was a
And
fun idol hunt.
I also got the chaos one, but I didn't use that.
Yeah, there were some fun moments from our, and then there was also Becca Lynn had the lunar idol, the Luna's idol.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Where every time she went to a tribal, it negated an extra vote until you survived 5 tribals. Then it became a full idol, which is a really cool idol. I'm kind of sad that never got played. Like I'm kind of sad
that sounds cool.
Yeah, I was about to say this never got
like
into.
The idea was like the phases of the moon. So like the new moon was the starting
was
point, and then it would just keep going from there until it hit full moon.
Yeah, there was a lot of cool advantages that season that never got played. We were just full of peanut every time tribal happened. There was just abundance.
He's gonna watch this later. Just full of peanuts.
It was.
Yeah, but there was some fun challenge. I think this was the start of attack, defend, intercept, which was like a challenge that became a Randomvivor staple.
I would just like to point out that my tribe never went to tribal at first, but we also never won a challenge.
No, you were always like second
place every time.
We were like the most average tribe.
Yeah, you just
like wouldn't know that you were second place every time.
Every single time.
Win them, but you also wouldn't lose them.
I mean, that's good enough though. So like,
it was just funny because we were just like the most average tribe.
Yeah, so I actually forget.
Average.
Yeah, so we had some fun challenges, some fun little moments. I mean, Siffy, I found your tribe's tribals in the pre-merge were always really interesting because God love Bo Cruz. Bless Bo Cruz's little soul. Yeah. We thought Bo Cruz was going home every single time. Every time you guys lost, we were like, it's gotta be Bo Cruz, right?
I wanted him gone every single time, but if I remember correctly, like Lindsay was kind of obsessed with him, and they were
Lindsay kind of just would cut people left and right to keep Bo Cruz around.
Yeah. Interesting.
So I remember every time like the Max tribe went to tribal, we were like, oh, it's probably going to be Bo Cruz. Because while Bo Cruz is awesome and he's really sweet, he just like hadn't been around that much, like from our perspective. And
he was playing Fortnite all the time.
Yeah. Everyone would start talking about tribal and like you guys, like I remember people be like, oh, it's probably going to be Bo Cruz here. Probably going to be Bo Cruz. And then suddenly Lindsay'd be like, actually, we're voting out Andrew.
Yeah.
And like,
we're voting out Andrew.
Where's Andrew?
Can I do it? I want to say it. Okay. So this is the funniest vote out and also the most infuriating vote out in Randomvivor history, IMO. Lindsay, the round Andrew went, had Zlox as her number 1. Like full on ride or die, never like not trusting.
Huh?
Yeah.
What happened then?
She instead decided to keep Bo Cruz instead. That's what happened.
That's wild.
Yeah, she was like, they were like, her and Zlox were like a little duo, we're like super close. And then the next round, she was like, I kind of want to keep Bo Cruz because while he's not really inactive, he talks to me and he likes me. So he's a number for me.
I mean, like, I get it.
I get it. But also, it's the 3rd round.
Also, like, what?
Yeah.
It's so soon. Yeah. Like, wouldn't you rather keep somebody who's, like, actually giving you, like,
something?
Game talk and, like, substance?
Yeah, but the thing is, everybody loved Lindsay. So, like,
yeah, and
she did have a ton of power. Yeah, of course.
And it did work out for her because then once she, swapped and met Danny, then that took on its whole life form of them being super close, like... So it worked out for her, but it was just really funny at the time because we were like, poor Zlox is just going to get randomly sniped here because Lindsay was feeling a little silly and goofy.
Silly goofy.
I have since talked to Zox, and he will never live that moment down. He is still mad.
Yes, Lox is.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Who else
Poor
were our
Zox.
pre-merger? Who else were our like pre-swap boots? It was Rob, Andrew,
Rob.
Zox, and Caleb.
Yeah.
Oh, Rob.
Yeah.
Rob,
We'll get-
I'm sure Rob will get brought
wasn't
back up
bad
again
at the
later.
start. He wasn't
I
bad.
didn't
at the
know
start. We'll
him
get
at
to
the
him
start.
later.
I only know him from Muppets.
Yeah, we'll get to that later.
Yeah, because neither one of you two would have met Rob
No.
or Caleb,
That's
right?
not
'Cause
Justin.
they
I
were
don't
on
know who that
Justin.
is.
Caleb was a newbie. Caleb was a Reddit recruit that Ross had found.
A Reddit
Yeah,
recruit.
Caleb.
And bless him, he was a little bit delusional.
Yeah,
Oh.
maybe just a wee bit.
Why?
He like wouldn't DM people, but then would kind of be in
Oh.
his confessionals being like, I'm like a Tony, like I'm so strategic and I'm gonna run this tribe, but then everyone would be like, but you don't talk to us. So which I mean he was new, so I kind of give him the benefit of the doubt on that.
Yeah.
He also was like in love with Becca Lynn.
Honestly, really funny in retrospect.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that also. So then after that, I think it was at Final 14 we swapped. Final 14, then we swapped
Yeah.
into Finkel and Beakerman were the two
Oh.
tribes.
Finkel.
At that point, Finkel.
Mhm.
The first challenge was Word Ladder, which you were all duo. It was supposed to be a double tribal for that round.
It's supposed to be.
So people, one person from each tribe were paired up. It was supposed to be a double tribal. Nicole, you and Sama won immunity that round.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did.
Oh, didn't I get second place?
I think you did. I think you did. Yeah, I think you did well in that. I forget who you were paired up with, but I feel like I remember.
I
you doing
also
well
have
in
no
that.
idea anymore, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't remember. That was so long ago.
Too long. Too
But,
long ago at this point.
Yeah, but then Logan ended up having to medevac for personal reasons.
And because of that, Adelaide was also immune, if you remember.
Yeah,
correctly.
because of
Yes.
that, Adelaide also got immunity for the Beakerman tribal because we thought it wasn't fair that they
Yeah.
didn't even get to try and compete for immunity because Logan wasn't there to do the challenge. I just think we randomized it. I think we
Yeah,
bought
I think we
They
kind
were
of
safe.
like.
I think
we
so.
wanted to make it fair because we thought it's not really fair to just immediately give them immunity. So instead, why don't we just like randomize it? If they get immunity, great. If they don't, then we can't really take the flack because at least we gave them a chance.
I mean, I think you asked us if we were like okay with that. It's like
Yeah.
have a vague memory of this.
Probably.
Yeah, that's so then at the Beakerman tribal, I believe it was Allie who went home.
Yes.
That round. Oh, and Aiden played a swap at that tribal. Actually.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Aiden played a safety without power for that tribal.
Miss Aiden.
Aiden. Sure, there'll be more talked about Aiden as we go.
Yeah.
Another very big character for the season. Another.
Yes.
There were so
Yes, yes,
many.
yes. There were.
Yeah, I mean, like that. Your whole like final, I would say like final 7 upwards were like all like pretty big personalities.
What?
Like
You would not include Samo and Adelaide?
Simon Adelaide. Yeah, the whole merge really was.
The whole merge, except
Yeah.
for bless the soul, Nick, arguably.
Oh,
I mean,
Nick.
Nick was a nice little like. He was a nice little bright light amongst
Yes.
there. He just was
Amongst
vibing.
the chaos. I agree.
Yeah, he was
actually.
just a-
No, I
a
so agree.
charismatic
I wish
king.
that light wasn't snuffed out so soon.
Oops.
Yeah, I think his downfall was just that there were so many big personalities in that merge
Mhm.
that
Yeah, and it just and instead of like letting it so we could hide amongst them, it just kind of made him more obvious.
yeah, so he
As
just
you
kind
see
of
on-
he couldn't. I feel like he couldn't really connect with a lot of the people. Yeah, and then I think the only other round we had in the swap was Greed, right?
Yep.
Agreed.
Greed. Danny took Greed, that's as he does. I mean, in typical Danny fashion, Danny immediately takes Greed.
Yep. We'll get to Danny taking Greed again in a later date.
Yeah, because it went a whole lot worse the second time.
Oh.
Oh,
It went a whole lot worse the second time.
whoopsie.
It went a whole lot worse in season 4 than it did in season 3 for him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and then I think Nicole, your tribe went to tribal, and that's when our cockroach king Bo Cruz finally
Oh yes.
was
Finally
exterminated.
got her.
Yes,
He had a good run.
was.
He had a good run.
He did have a good run. I mean, he
Biggest
was,
cockroach in Randomvivor history? Question mark.
he was the last pre-merger. I mean, he did have, from us being so sure he was going to be second boot to making last pre-merge boot. Like, that's pretty
That's impressive.
that's impressive, actually.
Not bad.
I'm impressed.
Actually.
Not bad. Go cruise for second chances.
So true.
Okay, now we are finally at the merge, so I feel like maybe we can go a bit more like into detail round by round for this, because this is like actually when the game
We
gets.
start this off with my favorite round in the entire game.
This round was interesting. This was an interesting round. Also, did not realize that so many advantages got played this round.
I didn't either. There were advantages that played this round?
Was there? Oh
There
my
was.
god.
Apparently,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm seeing the list right now.
Oh my god!
There was. I didn't realize it until I went back to look when I was like going through the tribals earlier, making the doc. I was like, wait.
Yeah, that's a lot.
There's
We had a lot of advantages to be played on a tribal like this, but alright.
Yeah, so we started off the merge doing a challenge that I personally really liked. Emma Says.
It was fun.
My take on Simon Says.
I don't think I was around for the challenge.
I don't think you were either, Siffy. I feel like you went at the beginning because you didn't respond.
Yeah, I wasn't around because like I think it was like at 2 or 3 a.m. my time. So
Yeah, I think we did it like it was like later in the evening. I think it was like probably like around like 9-10 EST, so it would have been
Yeah,
like,
that would be 3 or 4 a.m. my time. So
yeah, it would have been really bad
Lame.
Siffy timing.
Yeah.
Which is like the worst thing about having a different time zone in orgs is when people vote on challenge times and it just does not work for you at all.
Yeah.
I mean, it's usually fine, so I can work around it most of the times, but not always. So.
Okay, and then Lindsay ended up winning that immunity, which I actually had to go like search to find because it wasn't on the charts or anything. I had to like go
Oh my
look
god, when I was making my org chart, I had to do the same thing.
Wait, did we forget to add that to the chart?
I don't know. I don't remember. I remember it wasn't like, you know how normally like in like the like Wizmail like channel, like the
Yeah, of course.
the female
You know what?
channel.
I know why.
It's
probably
a long
the
channel.
challenge right?
Yeah, it had a separate challenge channel, so I actually had to go like dig and find that channel to figure out who won that challenge.
That makes sense.
But yeah, Lindsay won. And then this is the round where we had the Is Becca Lynn an alt account scandal.
That was wild.
Oh my
Which was
Okay.
crazy.
Were either of you involved in this? I forget.
Nicole was.
I was.
Well, not in that regard.
Oh no.
I mean,
Then
like,
no, I don't think I
actually,
was.
How we found out?
No,
I thought it was Danny.
I don't think.
I know who it was. Okay,
It was Danny, wasn't it?
it was Danny, Lindsay, and Clayton.
Right.
I got a DM from Lindsay about a random alliance that they had, the three of them had, that leaked. And like all three of them swore on their life in their subs that none of them told anyone. And apparently like Becklin was like spreading how they were a trio, had the alliance name and everything.
Yeah, that's what it was. Because I think Danny talked about it in his submissions too, where there was an alliance chat with Lindsay, Clayton, and himself, and they hadn't talked about it to anyone, but somehow Becca Lynn knew about it and was
including the name. Oh, I think what really sold it for me was that it was specifically the name.
I
Yeah.
remember hearing about this.
I mean, yeah, you could call 3 people a trio. Like, they could be like detectives with really good game reads, but like knowing the name of an alliance is like, yeah, kind of suspicious.
Wild.
And I think that she knew some things that they had said in the alliance too, like some like messages and stuff too.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was like very sus. So that was when the fake idol hunt thing got created.
Yeah, it didn't catch anyone because she kind of just went offline after we accused her, and that was pretty much it.
It was
well,
a fun fake hunt.
I know, it was a good idol hunt.
I'm mad that I wasted it on that.
Yeah, it was a good idol hunt actually, Ross. Did you bring that back?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bring it back.
I had to figure out a way for me to use it. I could probably come up with something.
I think once Becca Lynn knew that we were kind of on to that, she kind of just
he like pinged her in her subs, and she just like never responded with like any kind of defense.
she never said anything. It was just radio silence.
Crazy.
It was just radio silence from that point forward. We never heard a single peep from her, and we still haven't to this day.
Really?
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, she never returned.
That's
Since then,
crazy.
hasn't like joined another server, like hasn't like DM'd any of the hosts.
I haven't seen her since.
Just complete.
And I should also mention that she was the last person to apply. I think she was like right before the deadline.
Yeah, she was like one of the last minute applications.
Interesting.
So, I mean, I think silence can speak volume sometimes.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I think the fact that nothing was ever said about it is a little bit telling that we could have been onto something there. Yeah, anyway, so then we get to the tribal for that round. I feel like, you know, after all of the Becca Lynn stuff happens, everyone is like pretty sure where that's going.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
but
like,
however,
so many advantages of playing.
However, Danny played the devil dice advantage, which was Jay's advantage, which was a callback to season 2, which was a thing that Ross did that I'm sure we will get very much into in the season 2 podcast.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun.
Because Ross knows my thoughts on that. So basically, he got to roll a dice. If he chose to play it, he had like a 1 in 3 chance of being immune for the round. But if he landed on not immune, he would vote for the next 2 rounds.
I remember.
Oh yeah.
So Danny ended up not being immune and couldn't vote at the Becca Lynn tribal and the next tribal.
Oh my god, I forgot about all this.
Yeah, I forgot he didn't have a vote either. And honestly, I think Bailey forgot about it too when making the chart, because I was looking at some of the vote counts and I was like, this doesn't make sense if Danny didn't have a vote here. So I think the vote counts, like, we may need to go back and edit that chart.
Was it your chart or was it Bailey?
No, it was either Peanut or Bailey. It wasn't me. Because I had to go find it. I had to go back.
Well, it's probably Peanut then, because I do actually remember having like a call with him about this chart at one point.
Yeah, because I think I procrastinated making it, so someone else just did it.
Me.
I think I just like forgot. Yeah, so Danny played the double dice advantage, and Clayton played his Snake Idol that round. But I mean, I think the thing with the Snake Idol, you had to pre-play it, right? You had to pick for a specific round.
Yeah, pick a round.
Even though Clayton was totally safe, he just kind of had to play it. But yeah, Becca Lynn still went home. Actually, on not a unanimous vote, on a 9 to 1 to 1.
Wait, where did the one come from?
Yeah, where did the second one?
Let me go back and look. I was looking at the chart earlier. Where is it?
Oh wait, didn't like Clayton play?
Someone threw a random
vote in case of an idol. Wasn't it like Clayton?
It was
Becca had an idol.
It was Becca Lynn voted for Samo and Nick voted for you, Sippy.
Wait, for me?
Nick voted for you.
I guess that happened.
And then everyone else. Which actually the vote was an 8 to 1 to 1 because Danny didn't have a vote, but would have voted for Becca Lynn, I imagine.
Probably. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so with that, rest in peace, Becca Lynn, if that's who you really are.
I have my theories of who it is, but we won't get into that.
Okay, next challenge. So this is what now? Final 10. Final 10. We had it was Puzzle Gauntlet was the challenge, and actually I think Nicole and Zippy, you two were the top 2 for this challenge.
Yeah, that challenge.
If I am not mistaken, our two.
That's going to be a recurring event, isn't it?
Yeah, that does come up a couple of times.
Yep.
Later throughout the season.
Guys, I finally beat Siffy in a challenge.
Yep.
You know what?
You did.
For you.
And it was a puzzle challenge.
Oh, that's actually impressive then. Wait.
Yeah.
Redemption, because Siffy is also really good at puzzles.
But then, yeah, I went ahead and won the season again.
It's fine.
Nicole won, but at what cost?
Yeah. I beat Siffy in a challenge.
Nicole won the battle but lost the war.
That will be a recurring theme for the next 2 challenges. Is Siffy winning and me getting second or third.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, was a Puzzle Gauntlet. Honestly, this round I think was probably one of the most tame rounds of the merge. I think. Siffy wins immunity. Danny plays his Snake Idol on himself for this round. Danny still cannot vote at this round. And Nick, this is when we lose.
That's why he played the dice, because I remember he was like, I have the idol next round anyway, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Dice that round. So if he lost his vote, it wouldn't have really mattered.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
Right, that makes sense. I was looking back at it, I was like, why did Danny play that? Like, it was so obviously Becca Lynn going there. Like, why did he?
Well, I remember we had like planned out like the next few like moves with advantages and everything because between the two of us we had like a good amount of advantages.
You had
So
literally
we had like
everything.
yeah. We like planned out like we were pretty much solid for the next few votes.
Yeah, you two have really had to plan ahead with those two because I mean, like, if you have them, you have to figure out like what's the best way to use them, and especially with Nicole, I think your threat level was people. I think people knew you were a threat, but I think you managed it really well.
That's
Like
crazy,
people
I don't know how to do that.
Knew you were a social threat.
She was able to hide behind Danny, I think.
Yeah.
Like using him as a
were
shield very, very effectively.
Yeah, you were definitely a social threat, but I think people liked you so much too.
And you were also just like very much attached to Danny, who was taking a lot of the brunt for big moves that you both made together.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, we had the perfect shield in Danny, and then also Danny also kind of had a good relationship with Lindsay too, and Lindsay was also another really big player. So I think people were more concerned about getting rid of Lindsay and Danny than they ever were.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So then that's when we lose Nick in another unanimous vote.
That one was kind of sad.
Another unanimous vote. Bless Nick.
That was sad.
Then
the light that was snuffed out too soon.
Then we have
Nick for second chances.
Nick for second chances. Then we have touchy subjects the next round.
I don't remember how that went.
I feel like Danny won mostly everything from what I remember.
Literally every category being like, yep.
It was mostly a Danny sweep.
Majority said Danny.
Yeah,
I do not remember.
Actually. Let me go back and look and try and figure it out. Yeah, it was.
Just like
who's most likely to secretly be a wizard was Nicole and James. Who's most likely to win? Who's most likely to win? Lindsay and Danny. I don't know. Who never shuts up? Nicole. That one was.
Yeah, that tracks.
That was you.
Very on brand.
Who would you hate to see win? Was Adelaide. Rip Adelaide.
Oh my
Rip.
God, poor Adelaide.
That's tragic.
Sorry, Adelaide.
I didn't win.
Who's most likely to have an idol? Danny. Like.
True.
It's pretty accurate.
Who's the leader? Danny.
Yeah.
Biggest strategic threat? Danny. Like. Biggest challenge threat? Danny. Even though Danny had not won a single challenge.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking on that one.
Wait, I actually, according to like the chart that Ross made there, I was one of the 4 people that got voted as is least likely to be the sole survivor, which is kind of
funny.
Were you?
Yeah, it was a 4-way tie between me, James, Adelaide, and Aiden. So like,
interesting.
You proved him wrong.
Yep.
And I mean, Aiden kind of did too, because Aiden made final 3, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I just looked through the other server to like, and I just looked for touchy subjects, and I stumbled across this random message that I sent to Nicole, like in all caps, like, okay, bye, I'm putting you in all the bad ones for touchy subjects.
That is so on brand. Why is that on brand?
Yep. I will
this
do it
round
again.
This round is when we see the death of our beloved Samo.
Oh, so then this must also be when I send Adelaide the fake idol.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then after this round was when Nicole sent Adelaide the fake idol under the guise that it was from Samo.
And that was because I had to get, okay, this one I remember because I like needed Samo to get out because Samo and Adelaide were the only duo that I would be able to send an idol to Adelaide and have them be less like suspicious about where it came from and why they didn't tell them, because all the other double like duos would have either made it as far and like had like probably talked about the idol hunt. So I assumed that everybody else would have had a duo that would have talked about it. And that was why I ended up was like, I need Adelaide, I need Samo out so I could send it to Adelaide because that's the only way it could maybe be successful. And it was.
Yeah. And it worked out.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Adelaide ended up going the very next round. So
With using the idol.
using the idol, the alleged
Yeah.
idol. Yeah, because I feel like at this point in the game too, there was kind of some like clear, like super close relationships at the
Mhm.
time. Like Nicole, you and Danny were really close. Danny was also close with like Lindsay and Clayton. And then like
Nicole,
you
you
had
were
Adelaide,
also close with Aiden, weren't you?
Yes. Yes.
yes, and Aiden as well.
Which
And then Adelaide.
I'll talk about that later.
I think you were a bit closer with Samo and Adelaide
Yeah.
at this time. Like I feel like I remember the three of you guys having an alliance.
Yep.
Around this time, so there was some clear, and then there was just James,
James just like existing.
and then
I mean,
our
like-
Agent of
wasn't
Chaos,
James-
James.
Wasn't
There was
James
a-
supposed to be
We
Nicole?
will get to James. Really
James was
soon.
supposed to what?
Wasn't James close to you, Nicole?
Yeah, so me and James are close. I feel like I was close to like a lot of people because I know me, Aiden, and Nick had an alliance together. Me, Nick, Samo, Adelaide. I'm looking at my list right now. I had an alliance with Danny and Lindsay. One with Danny and Nick, but that was more like me trying to get Nick to trust Danny. Then me, Danny, James, and Becca. And then, oh my God, I forgot about this one. Me, Aiden, Danny, and Siffy.
We're not the underdogs.
Yeah, that was cute. I missed
Why
that.
was there an alliance called underdogs?
I
with,
don't
like,
know.
You and Danny?
I don't know if I
Like,
would have called
how?
any of you guys underdogs.
I don't
at
know
all.
where that name came from.
I feel like that was the joke, is that none of you were underdogs. But
Maybe.
I think Siffy, I would consider you an underdog a little bit.
yeah, actually, I
That's
can see
fair.
that.
That is fair.
I can see
Like,
that.
again, like I think
Not
you
the
were
other
like one of
way.
the not as big personalities in this cast of like really big personalities, and I think that's how you were able to win. Is
Oh, yeah.
you were able to kind of slide through because so many other people wanted to go for each other.
Yeah.
Basically, if
Instead of
Nick
going
couldn't do
for
it, Siffy was going to.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, so then this is when we lose Samo at the final. What round are we at now? Final 9?
Yeah, we were at 9.
Yes, because Danny finally got his vote back, so we're at final 9. And then this is where things go downhill, I think.
Oh,
I
is
think
it?
that this is when
Oh,
It's time.
the turning point happens, because this next round is the loved ones round at final 8.
Oh,
Oh, loved ones.
This is the loved ones round, the telepathy challenge. Which I think that this is when things kind of took the turn from being just like people not liking each other on a game level to people not liking each other on a personal level.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, I think this is when the first like really big like fight broke out.
Oh, yes.
The
During
first
this
of many.
The first of many, because then I think from this point onwards, there's like something almost every single round.
Oh, I can't
Yeah.
wait for the final 6.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
yeah.
F6, the talent show.
Oh, final 6. I got
Curse.
lots of thoughts on that one.
We will get
Yeah.
to that one.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Final 8, we have the loved ones challenge, which is telepathy.
That was a fun challenge.
Which is a really fun
Oh
challenge.
yeah,
really like
I did
telepathy.
enjoy it a lot.
Yeah.
That was
I really like telepathy as a challenge. I think it's fun, and
Yeah, that's
we had
fun.
some like fun people come in as loved ones. Like, I'm trying to remember who had who for loved ones at this point. I remember Lindsay brought in Sophie.
I had Mags.
You had Mags.
I don't remember who I had.
Siffy, you had Chip.
Oh, Chip! Oh my god, yeah, I remember now. Took me a second. But yeah, okay, I love her.
And then, we had some like alumni come back. Like Adelaide had Licity as their loved one. Femi had Bulbasaur Will. And then we had our two pre-mergers who came back as loved ones, Lox and Rob.
Yes. Yep.
One of
Yes.
which was a delight to have. as a
Yeah,
loved
we
one.
decided to make an exception. Like, yeah, we could have a pre-merger come in. Why
What
not?
could,
Should not
what
have
could
made that
possibly go
decision.
wrong?
What could
What?
possibly?
Have we
Possibly.
actually made that call ever since, or did that just like turn us
No.
off?
I think since
Good.
then we've never allowed that to
Good.
happen.
Okay, cool. Let's keep it that way.
I wonder why. Oh.
I
No,
wonder
never
why.
be a pre-merger. You can't do loved ones.
Yeah. No. Well, I mean, one of the pre-mergers who came back is always a delight to
Yeah,
have.
that was
against Lox.
great.
Lox is always a delight to have.
Zlox
back.
is
Zlox is
both the best
amazing.
and worst loved one. We will get We will get to my favorite story in another episode, but God, I love it so much.
I think that's the sole reason we said that we would have a pre-merger is because Locks had such an iconic Love One showing in season 2 that we just wanted it to happen again.
Oh,
However, the
fun.
other pre-merger, not as much of a delight to have.
no.
So the challenge itself went fine. No one really had any issues running the challenge. Lindsay and Sophie
That's
ended up
fun.
getting that immunity. It was mostly just in the tribe chat that the loved ones.
Yeah.
There was some difficulties there.
Yeah.
Namely between Rob and James.
Yeah.
Because this was the round where they got into like a really big fight, and Rob said some very not okay things
Yeah.
to James, and took it as a personal attack to him when we called him out for it.
Yeah.
Mostly me.
That was
I think I mostly called him out for it.
Yeah, because at that
was-
point, the season was already starting to like put me into, let's just say, not great place in my mental health, and I just did not want to deal with it.
understandable.
And I mean, I take stuff like that like very seriously. Anything that's like on the level of like homophobic, racist, sexist, transphobia, anything like that. Like I have a very, very strict like no tolerance on that at all, and I do not have time for that. I actually ended up having a fight with Rob in Clayton's confessional about it.
Oh my god.
Like
Crazy.
I do think this is also the season where I think after this season, I did introduce the rule of the big ass rule that is now in every server since. That is no personal attacks, no sexual harassment, none of that stuff. If I see any like personal attacks against anyone, spec or player, your ass is out of here.
Yeah, I was very happy to get to drop the ban hammer on Robbie during this. It was very fun. But yeah, I ended up getting into like a fight with him in Clayton's confessional because I was having to explain to this 30-year-old man why misgendering someone's not okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then just being like, oh, it's fine.
And then kept trying to pull the, oh, that's just how I speak, I'm gay kind of thing. And it was like, that doesn't make it okay.
Yeah.
Like, so that happened, which I think that whole thing put a permanent strain on James and Clayton's relationship.
Absolutely.
There on out, they kind of just like didn't even talk to each other, I don't think, for the rest of the time they were both in the game. Like,
yeah, at least not like willingly.
Yeah, not willingly, only like when they like absolutely had to, I think. Yeah, so then that happened this round. And who went home? Oh, there was also there's a lot of advantages.
Was that where I played my?
Yeah, Adelaide plays the Silver Elf Snake Idol.
Oh my.
And then I played my Snake Idol.
And then Nicole plays her Snake Idol for this round, which sadly leads to Adelaide going out in a unanimous boot, thinking Danny planned their downfall when
it was me.
It was not Danny, it was Nicole.
Yeah.
The secret mastermind behind this.
Secret mastermind.
What can I say?
And Noah, you slayed that. That was a really good move, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Didn't get like, wasn't it considered like best move of the season? Didn't it get an award?
I think it did. I think it did.
I know I got worst move.
What was the worst move?
Voting out Danny.
The worst move was voting out Danny.
Oh, I mean, because I'm gonna be so on. Okay, we'll get to my opinions on like the last couple rounds of this season in a minute, but I do have something I want to say. But we'll get to that.
Okay. Yeah. So then, what was next? So what are we at now? Final 7? Final 7?
Yeah. And then no, that was final 8.
Yeah, that
final
was
7. Adelaide's was final 8.
Adelaide was final 8. This was the Whiz Hunt challenge that went like really terribly wrong.
Was that like oh my god, okay, I remember because I almost won that.
Yeah, this is the one where Siffy got immunity duped into because
mine was messed up.
Harrison screwed up the challenge.
Oh yeah,
Wait,
I remember
what?
that.
What was it again?
It was the one where
the Whiz
all of
Hunt.
you had 3 lives and you had to like it got it was kind of like infection. So it was randomized like who started it off, and then they got to attack someone and like lose one of their lives, and then like the person who just got attacked.
I
was in
remember
Missouri
that.
when this challenge was happening, and I was in the middle of mini golfing while this challenge was actively going on.
Yeah, it came down to the 2 of you and Clayton, I think.
Yeah, but then mine were messed up. So then I was like, I had another life.
Yeah, so then you ended up Nicole having an extra life. It got it got screwed up somewhere along. I remember Harrison taking over at one point. So like I want to blame Harrison, but I don't know if that's right.
It's probably my fault. All things considered, my mind was not in the right place during the season, so I will take full responsibility if I must.
Yeah, so
I just know that I did this, or I've seen this challenge. I didn't actually do it because I was on jury at the time, but I've seen this challenge in another org, and I thought, oh, this could be kind of cool.
It was fun.
Like a little wizard theme to it. I think it'd be kind of fun.
Yeah,
it was. I liked the challenge.
Yeah, I did as well.
Yeah, and then Siffy got immunity duped because Harrison announced that Siffy won, but then Siffy didn't win, and then Siffy ended up getting taken out right after.
Oopsies.
So then Clayton was actually the one who ended up winning that immunity challenge. And then this is when Lindsay goes home, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't remember really anything about like what went down that round. Honestly, I know Danny played his idol. Danny played his idol that round.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably was just like when people first started to like just look at big threats to take out. Because Lindsay was a huge threat in the game.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. If she got to the end, she was winning.
Yeah.
Lindsay was, because I feel like everyone felt good with Lindsay to some extent. Like she was very, very social. And then, which I mean, I feel bad kind of skimming over that round. Love you, Lindsay. You're an icon.
Yes.
She's a queen of chaos. Truly,
she is
chaos queen.
She is a chaos queen.
You love it.
But then that brings us to Final Six.
Oh my god.
Final Six.
Final Six at the talent show.
Okay, before we get into this, I will say the idea of Final Six is I love the challenge idea of a talent show, but like having it at Final Six.
Yeah, it should have been done way sooner.
Like
as a
first
tribe
or second,
challenge, it would be fine.
Like tribe challenge, or even like first merge.
Yeah. There's more people. I think if we were to ever bring that back, it should be.
I'm never bringing it back. You could not pay me to bring it. If we were bringing it back to Broadway.
Talent shows are hard. Talent challenges are also hard because it's so subjective, or objective, subjective. I don't know. Either way, it's so subjective, and like some people just don't have talents that can be shown on cameras.
Yeah,
so that's why I had the idea of if you found like a video or something, but. I understand why that doesn't work, because then you kind of have like conflicting ideals of it's not your talent, someone else's, you're just showing it. But
yeah, and then I feel like you also have like there's some people who like don't like to be on camera and like don't like to.
It's a tricky line.
Themselves. It's a very like tricky thing to navigate, like doing a talent.
The idea is kind of fun though. I think it's done really well in like maybe like a mini season or like an fun little optional tournament.
Yeah. That's why I say like on a tribe, like, for a tribe, because then like not everyone has to do it. Or
even like an advantage.
You could not pay me to bring that back.
Even like for an advantage, like we have to like just DM a host like some random talent, and like it's not getting judged. It's just like
No, that would be so cruel though. You find an advantage and everything, and then you PM the host your talent, and the host would be like, "No, you're not good enough. You're not getting this." That would be so cruel.
Like I actually hated that. So you don't get the idol now.
Like the drawings of the sunset.
Yeah, no, that's talentless.
My idea of it was like, because it's a Disney Channel show. A lot of Disney Channel shows have that talent show episode. I'm pretty sure Wizards was also one with a talent show episode. Like,
I think so, yeah.
No,
the challenge was a cool idea, but execution was just terrible.
And I also just like think with the people that we had left, like.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I remember that a lot of people this season for this challenge started a boycott.
Yeah.
They started boycotting the challenge. I also remember Aiden specifically being like head of that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it all culminated into James actually like doing the challenge. And then,
I don't actually remember how it went down, but I know there was some beef between James.
No,
I got third with a video of a puzzle.
No, I didn't win. Everybody was like,
won.
Like when the challenge was announced,
James
everybody
won because James like submitted opera singing.
Yeah, and I feel like that's also hard because like I can't sing. My talent was doing a puzzle. Like,
In my
how am I
defense,
supposed to
the
compete with
original
somebody
rules
opera
were you
singing?
couldn't sing because I hate when singers win talent shows.
Yeah, that's what happened. I remember because you were like, because we made a rule like, oh, like don't just do something like don't just sing a song. But then James had made it like specifically like opera singing, so it was like a bit more like specified.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
like the talent is opera. It's not just like singing
Yeah.
a song.
Yeah.
And then Aiden got like really upset about it because Aiden wanted to sing but couldn't, but like was mad that James was allowed to.
Yeah, I think like the entire thought process behind it was like when the challenge was announced, everybody was like, okay, yes, if he's going to win, since I'm like doing gymnastics for like my entire life, and I've been doing gymnastics for like
Yeah.
18 years by now, so everybody was like, okay, Sif is going to win. So then like I kind of told, I was out drinking that night, and then I told like publicly in tribe chat, okay, I'm done with this, because like it was getting kind of toxic. So I was like, okay, I don't want to deal with this, so I will just like make a gentleman agreement, or like I will just tell everybody that I will not submit anything that's like
Oh
regarded to
yeah.
gymnastics.
Yeah.
And then I think other people picked up on that. Like I think somebody
other
else,
people
and
started
I think
doing
it was
it.
like, yeah, other people were like, okay, we're not doing something that we kind of like have been doing our entire life, and so yeah.
And then James ended up doing something that he did for their entire
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, which ended up winning. So I do understand the resentment a little bit there.
Yeah, and that brings up us to what happened after the challenge.
Was this the one where Aiden disappeared?
No, that's the final. That was final immunity, right?
No,
I was still in the game.
Also, it was this round.
I was still in the game.
This round too. Oh, that's right. No, I remember.
It afterwards? Wasn't it
I was
after
still in the
James?
game. That's all I know.
Wasn't
after
it
the
after
challenge.
James left? That like
Yeah,
Aiden then
because
disappeared?
Yeah,
Aiden and
so
James got
Aiden-
into like a big fight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The immunity
Yeah.
show, the poncho thing, which resulted in James walking.
Oh, this really was a toxic season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the season was really toxic. Like,
Oh my god.
I know, like, I feel bad, like, being to you guys, like, yeah, like, your season was so toxic, but, like, obviously,
But it
like, you
was.
guys were fine.
You know my thoughts on your season. We love you guys.
Thank you.
This season,
No.
okay, so here's a fun fact for everyone. I went and saw a therapist this summer. This season
I need
was
to
a
do
topic
that.
for an entire session.
Oh
I need
my god.
Honestly, so fair and valid.
Oh my god.
No, because I remember when we were talking about, you know, the podcast idea and, like, who we were going to bring back for each season, I think when me and Ross were talking about season 3, I immediately was like, Nicole and Sifi.
Yay.
Easily
The
Nicole.
only two. So it was basically either going to be it was going to be Nicole's. It was going to be you two, or it was going to be Adelaide and Samo. And we're kind of like, well, Samo would make more sense for a different episode.
Mm.
And Adelaide also makes sense for a
Adelaide
different
kind of feels like a
episode.
mainstay for Randomvivor from this point forward. So like, all right, that's fine. Adelaide obviously couldn't be here, sadly, because they have work.
Ooh, work.
We couldn't think of anyone better. Not like we really had anyone better.
Because you guys both were, like, such a delight to have, honestly. Like, you guys were
Yeah,
both.
exactly. Like you guys were the
Like,
brightest
wow.
spots of this admittedly dark season.
I feel like this is such a
Sifi,
development on our.
Look at us go.
Yeah.
Sifi, I feel like this is such a development for us, considering me, you, and Ross played an org together like almost 2 years ago.
That's crazy.
It was like 8 months before
It
this.
was a long time ago.
It's been almost 2 years.
Yeah.
It is also so funny that like you chose me and Nicole, and like me and Nicole played there last year, and then like we literally ended
Just
up
now.
playing another org last week.
That
That's
just
We played,
finished.
where we played together for a second time. That is such a funny timing.
That is really funny timing. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So it was so easy to get the two of you because you're still in contact with each other.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
god. That,
Even in between, like every so often, I'll just randomly yell at Sippy and be like, "Hi."
That is
I
true, and
missed
I
you.
yelled back.
Yeah.
I yelled back.
Every so often.
No, we did stay in contact throughout the year. Never
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. I'm glad to know that some good came out of this season.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Glad to know that some good came out of the season. But yeah,
Yeah.
final things happened. I'm pretty sure the timeline of events was that James and Aiden had a falling out that round, which caused to
Yeah.
James quitting, which then caused to Aiden disappearing for the entirety of Final 5.
which is
Pretty much.
wild.
And which
Yeah.
let me survive the tribal because otherwise I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Siffy, you
Boo.
probably would have gone home at Final Six. had-
100%.
Oh yeah,
There's no
so
question.
Sippy, majority votes were in for you already when James.
Yeah, there's no question about it.
There's no
Yeah.
question you would have gone.
Yeah, I know.
this
I
is-
know.
And then I would have
I'm
won.
fully
No,
aware.
this is why Nicole, in my opinion, was player of the season. On top of your stellar social game, is that if he goes there, I think you win.
I think I would have won too.
Yeah, I think Nicole probably does win the season if Siffy does go to Final Six. Not to say that
Yeah.
Siffy you played bad at all, or like you only won because
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
circumstance, but like, because
I
you did
guess-
play a really good game.
For sure.
Oh,
Exactly.
but yeah, I got really lucky there.
Yeah,
Extremely lucky.
yeah, very, very lucky. I mean, so I guess like thanks, James and Aiden.
Oh my god, that sounds. I guess so.
Thanks.
Like thanks.
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 Thanks, I think.
Like a sad thanks.
Thanks.
Yeah, so anyways, James quits the Final Six, does not go on to the jury.
No.
Enters the spec lounge. And then Final Five. What happened to Final Five? Final Five.
Is this
Black Tea. This is
Danny?
when
This is the round that Nicole threw her entire game away.
because okay, to be fair, I see somebody that's like a big threat and I'm like, oh, like they can't come to the end with me. Well, okay, not
I
always.
understand your thought process.
Only
but
sometimes.
You threw away your shield one round too early.
Yeah. And also, I think Danny was sincere in being like, I would have just told the entire jury to vote for you.
True. I think like I think he like
So
did. He did
I
campaign
don't
for you.
even think
and Connie.
he would have needed to.
Which is
but
crazy.
also, I think like had this season been a final three, Danny going at 5 makes total sense.
Yeah.
But
That
it's
is
just where
true.
this season was a final two.
Yeah.
you still
We
had
know,
two
I,
more
I,
rounds.
there's no way we knew at F5.
No, you guys
if
didn't
it's-
know.
I don't think we
No,
did.
We don't tell until F4, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it wasn't
I
revealed till
hate final twos. Can I just make that clear? Both times I've been in orgs with a final two, one was Big Brother and one was this, I have gotten cut either the round or two before FTC. By every I mean both.
Oh.
Both times.
Every
And I wasn't even Fallen Angel because it was a final two. So I'm very disappointed in that.
Yeah, that's
but
so
I
upsetting.
do take great pride in my worst move award. I think that is my favorite award that I've ever won.
Slay.
Your
That is certainly
your favorite
that
award is
award.
worst move and not
It's-
the player of the season you got in the same season. I think that's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah,
I'm
yes, like I said, we played an org just now, me and Nicole, and throughout the entire season, she was telling me about like, oh my god, her favorite award is
I love
Worst
winning
Move,
Worst
and she
Move.
hopes she will win it here as well. And I was just like, Nicole, why?
It's so
Why do
funny.
you want this?
It's just like it's a fun award, and it's like you can't laugh at your own like bad choices. then
Yeah, like
okay.
your own stupidity.
Yeah, like I'm very well aware that I sometimes make dumb choices, and like
Yeah,
I
it's
take
okay.
pride in that.
Nicole, like it wasn't the best move, but I have also seen like some like infinitely worst moves than that.
True.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Like this was just kind of like a little silly and goofy, and like you couldn't have known it was a final two, so like I don't.
Yeah.
Like, for it.
I have also one worst move in another.
Oh my God,
Wait,
crazy.
Emma, that was with you in Hollydorks, right?
You won
course
worst move
I-
in that season. You did not win.
Oh,
worst
my,
move
did
that
you
season.
not know what? Oh, what I
There's
did at
no way.
F8?
Wait, you won worst move in Hollydorks.
Hollydorks. I
no
had
way.
F8, I had an idol, and I had an extra vote. I gave both of them away, and I got voted out. I went out drinking, so I wasn't around at all. I gave my
Oh.
idol away. I gave my extra vote away to 2 different people, and got voted out.
Yeah, you
Unannounced.
did it
That's
too.
crazy.
It wasn't in our season of Hollydorks, right? That was in a different season, was it?
I think it
Was that
was.
second chance?
No,
No,
because
it wasn't. It wasn't the first one that I played.
That's
we
crazy.
played the first one together.
With
we played
like,
season
with
4
like,
season.
wasn't it with like Patty and Eddie?
Yeah,
Or,
but-
like,
D-Nugs had to have won worst move that season, right?
no, I
For
think there was.
voting you out.
I think it was actually me who won. I think
I
I
have to
did.
go back and look.
I mean, I gave a
So-
freaking extra vote and an idol away.
That's wild.
That's hilarious.
It was
Who
a
did you
kind
give
of an
them to?
oopsie.
Who did you give them to?
I gave them to like Patty and like I don't know who I gave. I think Parker.
That's
and
crazy.
like because like somebody
That
I think
is
like
crazy.
Oh wait, Julian won, right?
Julie won.
Yes.
And
Julian
like
won.
I
Julian had like this stealer. I think it like an advantage stealer thingy. So like I was scared that
That's
he would steal my
wild.
idol and everything. So I gave that away. But so
Shout
yeah.
out, Julian. Shout out, boyfriend.
Yeah. Okay. I think we got a little bit sidetracked.
Yeah, I think we got a little
Yeah,
sidetracked.
we're talking about
Back to
completely
the
different
actual-
org with a completely different season number. So
We're not even talking about the same org at this point.
Yeah, I was
We're not
like-
even-
no, okay, let's go back.
Okay, so Final Five, the challenge. This is what the start of Sifi's late game immunity run.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here, this is the start of the Nicole's always the bride.
Getting
Always the
second.
bridesmaid,
Yeah.
never the bride.
Oh my
Always.
Sad.
So this challenge was black tea.
I hate that challenge. It made
I
me so
love
mad.
Black tea. Black
Okay,
tea is
no,
so
okay.
funny.
I like the challenge. However, I do think with something like that, it should be like a 3, like best of 3, like your best game of 3. Because like you can just get
Okay.
so unlucky with like the letter combinations you get in a game, and then like have like the best combinations the next game.
That is very true. I remember like practicing it, then like one time I got like 50, and then in the next round I got like 8 because like I just
Yeah.
got like super bad.
And that made me very frustrated.
That's true. I like doing black tea as kind of like a tournament style one where like you go back and forth and it's like
Oh,
someone
that could be fun
versus
too.
someone else,
Yeah.
like whoever gets more points moves on, like a bracket kind of.
That's fun.
I
Like that
also
obviously would not.
But like
work.
only if it's like the same words, like the same
Yeah.
letter combinations.
Yeah.
I do
Um,
really love how it's like sometimes when you just cannot think of a word, you just type those 3 letters that you're
Mhm.
given, and it works a surprisingly high amount of times.
Yeah.
So,
Crazy.
Yeah, so Sifi won this challenge
Good job, Siffy.
thank you.
with his
And then he went home.
good word
Yeah.
skills, and then this was finally the end of the biggest threat of the season, arguably. Danny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is gonna
I'd say
be-
honestly one of the biggest characters of the season, like
Yeah.
arguably the biggest.
Oh yeah, I mean everyone knew that Danny could not make it to the end from like, I think from the round he took Reed in the pre-merge, people were like,
Yeah.
Danny's gonna be a problem. Except for Nicole, who
And then he was like,
looking with
I
Danny.
needed
I
Danny.
will love him.
Nicole was like, I
You
love
just
him.
need Danny for one more round.
Yeah. You live and you learn.
Yeah,
It was
not
really
Nicole.
sad voting him out. I will say that. I always get sad voting people out. I hate voting.
It's crazy because Danny wasn't even supposed to be on this season in the first place, and like I can't imagine how different it would have been had he not been there.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I don't
I feel
even
like
know
he
how it
was,
would have
like-
gone.
he was like such a main character for like
Oh,
the
for
whole
sure.
season.
Yeah.
So like things would have been like so different
Yeah.
without him being there. Yeah, but that was finally the end of Danny at Final
Sad.
Five. Well, not the end of his Randomvivor story. That'll come in the
Oh
next.
well, we didn't even cover the beginning of his Randomvivor story yet. So
Yeah, but this is like the main part of Danny's Randomvivor story, I think.
this is the only
biggest
part that
part.
really matters. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. The duo.
The one time Danny didn't quit.
Oh.
is
Yeah.
the story.
It's because of me, obviously.
Yeah, because Nicole. And
Very true.
then we get to Final Four, which is sadly when we lose.
Sad.
Sadly when we lose
Nicole.
Nicole.
How did I do in
Yeah.
this challenge? Hold on, we're gonna go
This
look.
was season trivia was the challenge.
Yeah, we're gonna go. Oh, I got second, as per usual.
Oh,
Yeah, this is
yeah,
the Sifi
oh.
one. Sifi one with Nicole coming second.
As per usual.
Yep.
But it was that you both had perfect scores. It just came down to time.
Yeah.
In which Sifi, I'm looking at it now. Damn, Sifi actually beat that. Sifi had it done in 7 minutes.
Yeah, I had
How
10.
long
I
did
just
Nicole
looked.
take?
I took 10 minutes, 20 seconds.
Oh my god, I remember I prepared all day for this. I had like a sheet with everything written on it.
I also had a
spent so
sheet.
much time on this.
Well, Danny had sent me a while back, like what he did to keep track of things, and I just kind of took that and added on to it.
Oh, okay, that is kind of smart. That is pretty smart.
Right?
I like team.
I do my own work when other people could do it for me.
Yeah.
Very
Exactly. So yeah, then this is when Nicole goes. So Sifi, like for your perspective, why Nicole to go at 4 instead of like
Aiden.
Oh,
Aiden
very
or-
That's
Titan.
Aiden.
Aiden.
Aiden's honestly the only one who really, other than Nicole, should have gone here would be Aiden.
yeah. But yeah, it's like it was kind of obvious for me, or like not obvious, but like yeah, I was going in with the mindset like yeah, I would lose to Nicole at FTC pretty much all the time. So yeah, She had to go.
He had to
I mean,
go.
She had to. I'm sorry, Nicole. I love you, but
I
yeah.
also
Love
think
you.
to sit next to Nicole at an FTC. So I
know what. I know they're not here, but I'd be really curious to hear Aiden's point of
Me?
Nicole.
Too.
Yeah,
Me
no, I think they were
too.
really
I get
close.
like you're a threat in this situation, but like Aiden has a much higher chance of making it to the end with you instead. Like
Also,
Yeah, but like
Aiden had like told me that he was going to keep me in and vote for Clayton, and I still, to this day, do not understand why he would just flip on that without giving me a heads up. Because what the heck am I gonna do at that
my
point? There's no advantages. Clayton isn't turning to vote Aiden. Sippy's not gonna vote Aiden. So what would be the harm in telling me that you're voting for me at Final Four? Like, this is a very specific situation. I'm well aware, but like there was nothing that I could have done to save myself. So why tell me that you're not going to vote for me and then do it?
True.
yeah.
At that point, I'm like, what do you have to lose?
Like, there was literally nothing I could have done at that point.
I will say, I do think that Aiden was not in the best of headspaces around this point of the game.
Aiden
Yeah.
was in the best headspace throughout the entire game. Let's be real.
Yes, but it did definitely escalate around final six.
It peaked here. It peaked here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think around final 6 to final 3, it was when it kind of hit a peak.
Yeah.
Especially final 3, I think it got really bad.
Final 3.
Too.
Final 3.
Now in a second, but yeah, so that I think that's kind of the end of Final 4 was the death of our beloved Nicole.
Rip.
In a 3-1. And then we have final immunity. So we have Siffy, Clayton, and Aiden as the final 3, which like was not the final 3 I would have expected. Like,
oh no, going in
at the start of the season at all. Definitely a very interesting final 3, and I think you all kind of had like your strengths and weaknesses. Like I think it was a pretty solid final 3 in terms of gameplay. So I think I had even said to Ross at one point, I think like Siffy kind of had the leg up going into this like after like this final 3, but
yeah,
like who knows?
I think Aiden could have won if they were there, but it would have been a very uphill battle, I think.
Who?
Yeah. Aiden.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
well, I mean, like, don't count Clayton now, because I mean, Clayton still managed to get 3 votes when actually did make.
Oh, I was shocked by that.
But
okay, all things considered, love Clayton. Decent guy.
Yeah.
I love Clayton. Like decent guy, all around fun guy to be around. I did not think he was getting 3 votes at FTC.
But he did. Yeah, I don't think my FTC performance was that impressive. I think that is like. I think my FTC performance was like okay. I think his FTC performance was better than mine.
I feel like we were both pretty on par in terms of. Oh, I think we've also.
I wouldn't say yours was bad or his was like better.
I think we're pretty on par.
I think really what it comes down to is you both had very different allies in the game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like Lindsay and Danny, they're going to vote Clayton. Like,
yeah,
that makes sense. I don't remember who the last one who voted Clayton was.
And I had kind of like Samo and Adelaide for me.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
yeah.
We just had different allegiances. So I think we kind of jumped ahead a little bit because we just forgot about Final 3 for a second there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Final 3. So actually, this was a really fun final immunity challenge that I forgot about until I like went back to the.
Yeah. Oh my God, I loved playing this one. I had fun.
It was really fun. I really liked
the Family Wizard tournament.
I remember doing it alongside. It was fun.
Yeah, this is a fun challenge. It was kind of like a puzzle gauntlet, but it was based on like it had like a point system instead.
It was This initially I planned to be based off the actual final episode of the show, the Family Wizard tournament. If I remember correctly, it's like a maze, a jigsaw.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it was kind of like
a maze and jigsaw with something else. I forget what the other one was.
It was a maze.
Maybe a slide.
It was a maze, a puzzle. It was the spell test. It was the spell test.
Oh, that's right. They did a spell test. That's right. So I did base it off the actual thing in the show because
you did
the spell test.
Yeah. Oh my! I remember I had to learn the freaking spells.
That's right. I posted the spell list. Thanks.
Listen, just do what I did and watch the whole season, like the
No,
whole show during the
happily.
game.
I never have, and I still never. Still to this day have never watched a single episode of.
That's
Return of the
wild.
Obligor.
You
You
should.
should watch it. It's so good.
It's so fun.
Yeah, I really
It's
should.
probably my favorite live action Disney show.
God,
Yeah,
I
it's a
think
good
we also
one.
need to watch
Disney show,
Survivor though.
Because we did a
I have
season
some-
on that
Well,
as well.
It's a good one. Highly recommend.
Yeah, because I remember we had like, and then it was like if you had like the fastest time on this part, like on that part, you got 3 points, and then next highest got 2, and then 1. Like you could either get 3, 2, or 1
yeah.
points, and then
Yeah,
whoever
I
had the
forgot
most
about
points at the end.
And we got a 3-way tie.
Yeah, there's a then it had to come to like overall time
Yeah,
tiebreaker.
Wild.
which
Which
I
I
won by
remember
like
was,
10.
I seem to remember there
there
being controversy with that
There
tiebreaker.
was a controversy
despite the
with
fact it was
it.
the most obvious tiebreaker to do.
Yeah, I remember Aiden
Well,
was upset because I think on the spell test, Siffy, you had gotten 1 wrong.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like the other 2 had gotten 7 out of 7. So when you won because of the time tiebreak, it got argued that you shouldn't have because of
Oh, I didn't get everything.
But he still got the points.
right. But you still got the
difference is
points
the
for it,
point-
right?
the
That was
points
for
were
the
big-
yeah, that's what we said too. We were like, well, that scoring was for the points for that round, but in order to, there's a 3-way tie between.
And that's
the
why it's
points,
fair. So that
we
way,
have
like,
to break the tie somehow, so time makes the most sense.
and it's
Yeah.
fair that
Even
way
if you
because
did
then if you're
have-
not, if you're
even if
strong
you
in like
choose
one
tie
section
breaks,
and not
so
the others,
you get
like,
last because of a single spell wrong on the spell test.
Yeah, I copy pasted something wrong. I was like, this spell is not called Etchabono. Oh. Like, yeah, that is not a spell.
it could have been.
Could have been.
Yeah, I copy pasted something wrong. That was an oops.
Yeah, so then because
An
we had the
oopsie.
tie from the point system, we had to we had to break it somehow, and doing time just like makes the most sense.
Yeah, that makes
so
sense.
we added the times from each round together to do. But then I think we like, because of the like kind of like debate about it, we ended up taking out part 1 from the times.
Yeah,
Oh.
Oh, did we do that? I don't even remember that.
yeah, you did it.
Yeah.
But like, I still ended
Well,
up winning immunity. It
Siffy
didn't change.
still
the
ended up
results.
winning. It didn't matter anyways.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't
Yeah,
remember
I
this.
didn't know that.
Yeah, we ended up like just like trying to find a happy ground, like a happy medium. So we just like cut the time it took for part 1 to like out of the tiebreaker time and just included the 2 puzzles, I think.
Interesting.
Which we still ended up winning, which I don't know how that made it more fair, but that people seem to be okay with that. So
You know, honestly, at that point, I was so done with the season that sure, let's do it.
Whatever makes them happy.
I mean, I
Yeah,
know,
whatever it means.
but the season did almost get canceled. So
Oh my, yeah.
yeah,
it's
yeah.
crazy.
Rock almost did cancel the season like halfway through.
shout out to Gabe, the frogman who talked me off a
Shout out to
ledge
Gabe.
after the
Shout out
final 6
Gabe.
rounds fiasco.
Yep.
Okay.
Shout out to.
Yeah, because I think that was at like what, final 6?
Yeah, it was round 6.
That tracks.
Yeah.
Final 6, which
That
that
does
checks
make
out.
sense.
I do believe I still have a draft of the cancellation message in my phone notes. I will
Oh
never
my
show that to
God.
anyone ever.
That's amazing.
I think we end up having to take a pause on the game during final 3 also.
Yeah.
We took
Well,
quite a few
yeah,
breaks.
So the reason for that, do you remember, Emma?
I know it had something to do with Aiden, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it did.
Right. I think Aiden was like not doing really good mentally,
No,
I remember this.
saying some
I'm
concerning
sorry.
things.
I'm sorry if you see this. I'll try to be like as private as I possibly can. Had essentially a psychotic break.
Yeah, just I think the best way of wording it
Just
is
like
that
broke
Aiden was
down.
going
pretty
through
much.
some personal
Went
things.
completely
and
dark. Didn't talk to anyone. Said some concerning things
Yeah.
in comps, and I spent that next entire day trying to make sure.
No,
They
yeah,
were
we
still
wanted to
around.
pause to make sure like he was okay
Yeah,
above
No.
anything else. Like
yeah.
for
just
sure.
Thankfully, due to a mutual friend of ours, I was able to confirm that he was fine.
Yeah, and he told us to just keep
Scariest 24 hours of my
I
life.
think he kind of knew once if he won the immunity that he was going. So I think he told us to take the game off of pause, and
Yeah.
we kept going, and then Aiden went home
Yeah.
that round. But yeah, I think there was it wasn't a very long pause, but I think there was a little break day.
There definitely was. I remember this now.
Yeah.
Hence why the season was so long, because we had so many break days and Christmas and New Year's and
Yeah, but the break days
all
were
on top of
very
one
much
another just
needed.
became a
but also
lot.
yeah, I think the break days for the season were very much needed.
Very
Oh,
much.
absolutely.
For sure.
I couldn't imagine the season without them.
Yeah, no, me either.
Definitely.
I think I would have broke a lot sooner.
Which then takes us to final two. Our final
Woo!
two, Siffy and Clayton.
Woo!
Yay!
That's you.
That
That's
is
you.
me!
Siffy.
Oh my... Wait, yeah! That is
You
me!
did it!
Indeed.
That is you. You did it.
You did it. You did it. You did it. Hooray.
Do you want to talk a bit about your FTC experience and
I
how that
honestly
was
do
for
not
you?
remember much about my FTC experience. I'm like... I like went through my confessionals again. And I just see a message that was like, I hate this FTC already. Because like, yeah, I think people got like, were not really happy with my game because like I won so many immunities later on because of like F6 I would have went home and everything, so I had quite a very shaky game.
Yeah, you had an uphill battle, I think, going in.
But you did it.
But I did it.
And you won.
Yep.
You did it.
Woo!
You're on top.
You won, and I think probably one of the tightest FTC votes we've had in Randomvivor.
It might be
I don't
the
know.
tightest, actually.
Yeah, I don't know if we've had any.
Have we had
other-
other FTC votes that were decided by one vote?
I don't know. Let's go take a gander, shall we?
That is crazy because like it was my second org that I've ever won, and like the first one that I've won was also a 4-3. It was decided by one vote, and my third win that I had was also decided by one win.
It's definitely not the tightest.
Oh, was there a tie at
Right.
one point?
It's definitely not the tightest. We've had two ties, haven't we?
Ties?
two-
No, we haven't had any.
We had two ties.
Oh,
At FTC?
Yep.
Guys,
5
my
and 7.
microwave just
I think
broke.
you're- Ross, I think you're making shit up. I don't think we
Nope,
have.
5 and 7.
5 and
Sometimes I
7.
forget we're on season 8.
it's crazy.
No, Ross, there wasn't a tie in 7.
Oh,
Yes, it was.
I love drama.
7? 5
No,
wasn't a
I'm
tie.
No, screw you. I'm right. Hold on.
Screw you.
oh my!
Wow.
If I'm wrong, I'm gonna look like such an ass right now. But you know what? I'm almost sure I'm right. I'm gonna go check.
Okay, it says
Five
for
was
me
a
that
tie.
it's okay. It's wait.
Where are you looking?
I'm looking at past seasons.
Oh, I forgot that
There's no
existed.
voting chart there. That's the problem.
I looked at that today.
Yeah,
I don't know why
saw
I forgot
there's
it
no voting
existed.
chart. Okay. Votes
Emma,
and
there was no voting chart for season 7 for some reason.
Well,
Oh, it is a
Yep,
tie.
I'm right.
It
I'm
was
right.
a tie. In season 7,
I'm
it was
right.
a tie.
Interesting.
I know my own org. Let's go.
Good job, you so
Good
proud
job.
of you.
that should also mention that I paid to season 7.
Nope.
Listen, my active hostingness definitely fell off through the season.
That's okay. Same in Cool Viber for me.
It's fine.
Don't
It's
worry.
fine. Surprisingly enough, this season, Harrison's been picking up the slack. Shout out, Harrison.
Aw, good job, Harrison.
Shout out Harrison. He showed up.
Can I just
Yeah,
say
he-
this is kind of fun? I really like doing this.
Yeah, this was very fun.
No, I'm really excited for that. I'm really glad we did this. This has been fun.
I'm glad we're the first ones.
Oh, we
Yeah,
are.
so you probably won't be the first
ones
one.
we filmed.
Probably won't be the first one released because it's
That's okay.
I don't know, because Emma, we're gonna have to talk about that, but I'm not sure about that.
Oh,
Okay. Well, I thought going chronologically would make sense, but
Yeah, we have
I
a
was
kind of a
thinking that
couple of
as well.
small issues with going chronologically that I'll like DM you about after this, but
oh.
okay. I can't even think of what that would be. But yeah, this was really fun. I think that
yeah. No, I think this was great. I do have a question for you both though.
Oh, okay.
So as you know, or maybe you don't know, I really don't know. Second Chance is next.
Oh.
Is there anyone from your season that you expect to see on there or that you would like to see?
Slugs! Return of
He
Slugs.
played 4 times. Unfortunately, he is not an
4
option.
times?
No, oh my God, 4
ooh.
times? Okay.
Or sorry, 3 times. Sorry, 3 times.
I
Three
think
times.
Becca
3
should
times.
come
All
back.
of us is 4 times, but it's 3 times.
Nicole.
I'm kidding.
Okay, wait, let me go through all the people.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mm,
I feel like Lindsay would be fun to see again.
She played season
Andrew
4,
would be
so
fun
she's
to see
unfortunately
again.
ineligible.
Oh.
Andrew. Wait, didn't Andrew play? I saw Andrew
Where's
She
played
played
all
season
of
4, also ineligible.
Oh
Okay,
my
wait.
God.
Hold on.
Wait, who
Let
is
me go
left
look
then?
at it.
Bo?
Just look in the pre-merge for the most part.
When is this
I think
season?
that's pretty much most of it.
When is Second Chances?
Yeah.
May.
I think Logan should come back.
Oh, that's a good pick.
That's a really good pick.
That's fun. I agree because Logan, where he was a medevac, I think would be a fun second chance.
Logan was a medevac because Logan got COVID at the start of the season and couldn't actually play. So
Yeah, that was sad. I liked Logan a lot.
Yeah, Logan makes so much sense. Wow.
I think
Definitely not Rob.
Logan.
No.
There's a couple of definitely not.
Rob.
Yeah, there's definitely a couple of those. Definitely
Oh my
not.
God.
Yeah, we looked through the list and we're like, yeah, I think I'm gonna pass. Yeah. So about Becca went no. Imagine bringing back
Definitely Logan.
Logan. Sippy, do you have
Yeah.
one that you want to see come back?
I don't know. I want to say Slugs and Andrew, but like they can't. So like, oh my God, Bo coming back would be iconic. It would be funny.
Booker's
Yeah.
Return of the Fortnite.
Oh my god.
Return as a Fortnite player.
Fortnite.
That would be
That would be
hilarious.
fun. That would be
Yeah,
fun.
my pick is
Well,
Logan.
No, I'm picking Bo.
Fun. I like both those picks.
Yeah, I
They
like
would
those
both
picks too.
Fun people to have back, I think. I think all in all, while this season definitely was rough and definitely there was a lot that happened that was
yes,
very
there was.
unfortunate.
Yep.
Shit got a little bit toxic at times, and
Just a little.
I
Yeah.
think all in all,
Just a
there
little
was
bit.
still. I think it was still like things. I think it was still a fun season, and there was still like some good highlights to it, and some like
I met
really strong
Siffy.
players.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We got
we
Sippy
had
as a
some
winner,
good
and that's all that matters.
Yeah, we had a fun season. It was a fun season overall. I think we had like some good players and like some really like some good moments throughout the
Yes.
season. Throughout
Had
the
some
bad.
good characters as well. Yeah, I think all in all, well, I don't think this is a surprise to either of you, but this is my least favorite season of the
Really?
season.
Oh
I
my
didn't know.
God.
That's
no.
crazy.
How can you
Crazy.
do us like this? What?
I can't say that to them.
Okay,
We
well,
knew,
we know
don't
there was a
worry.
reason for that. Okay, so
We knew.
Yeah, it was
I
expected.
feel like I did not hit that at all.
Oh my
So,
god! You know what we didn't even mention?
What?
Siffy, you had the whole merge tribe named after you.
Oh my God, not the
Oh my
Siffy
God.
toast. I hated that so much.
My favorite thing is bringing that up in other
Oh
servers.
my. Wait, you brought. Oh, okay, yeah, I
Sippy,
bring it in other
Is
servers.
now the time I
Oh.
tell you that I had to veto when Samo came back for season 7. I had to veto the merge tribe being called Siffy Toes 2.
Oh my god.
What you wait? Would it have won majority again?
I think it was on the verge. I think.
Oh my! I wasn't.
That's
was I even on-
wild.
was I don't think I was even on that server. Like, what the fuck, Sam?
That's so funny.
I hate it.
Samo just really likes Siffy's toes.
She loves my. I just also saw like the winning parchment. She put my toes in. She put Siffy toes in there for like an FTC when she wanted Siffy to win.
I think
Oh
the
my
best thing about
God.
Siffy Toes is that- I think the best thing about Siffy Toes is that it again wasn't even from this.
No,
Yeah,
it was from Holland.
It was also from Polydorks where I
That's
played with
Yeah,
Sam.
and got brought over.
Oh my
Oh my God, the fucking
Maybe
Siffy
that was honestly as interesting as a tribe being called Siffy Toes is. Maybe it was like a manifestation for you winning.
Yeah, that's
Like you should merge tribe after you win the season.
Oh, okay. So I should more often name the merge tribe Siffy Toes. Okay, I got
Yeah.
it. Thank you.
Wow.
Maybe you should
Next
just
thing you
name every
know,
merge tribe.
Sippy's gonna go play Northern Oregon and be like Stiffy Toes.
Siffy
No
Toes.
context.
Yes, I will not explain the context behind this, but the name has to be Siffy Toes.
Just send the picture. Nothing
Yeah, then
else.
send the Discord thingy, and they'll be like, "What the fuck? Why do you have a Discord emoji of your toes? The fuck?" Like I didn't make it. I just have it.
I just have it.
Yeah.
Is that better?
That is up for interpretation.
That's fun.
Yeah, I can't believe we forgot to mention that sooner because that was an iconic moment in Randomvivor history.
By
So-
far my favorite
Oh
moment.
my god! I don't know.
Yeah.
I still do not know if I hated it or liked it. It was certainly an interesting choice for a name.
Yeah, it did start a trend of. I think there's been a couple of times in seasons after that where something to do with someone's toes has been suggested as a tribe name. So
Oh my
Is
god!
it usually
Was it
Sifi?
always Samus doing?
I think in season 4. I think in season 4 they tried to name it Ross Toes, didn't they?
Oh yeah,
that season
I
four?
saw that. I
Seven.
saw it, and Ross hard vetoed it. Like, oh, that was funny.
Like it started a trend of
That was
people
so
wanting
funny
to
to
name
see.
merge tribes after toes. So now there's like a rule put in place that you can't name tribes after someone's toes.
Ugh, if only that rule existed in season
Yep,
3.
I had to
God damn
include
it!
that rule.
If
No
only
more
The
that
rule
rule
exists because of your
existed.
toes.
tribe names.
Yeah, damn, my toes are creating rules in orgs now.
Yeah, that's pretty iconic. That's a pretty good legacy to have, Sifi.
Yeah. Oh, that is going to be such a good icebreaker when I talk to people. Like,
And
hey,
Sippy, here's
my
another fun
toes
fact.
are the
One of our
reason why
starting
there are
tribes in
rules in
season 4
orgs.
was Sippy Toes.
Yep.
That could be trivia.
Oh my. The trivia question.
At least they gave you a
Whose
nice
toes?
color for the tribe.
Hmm?
Like, at least
What?
it was a nice color.
It was a nice color from
For our
what I remember.
first 3 seasons, we had some shade of purple, I think.
Should have been
It
pink.
was like a light purple, I think. It was like a light purple for the merge tribe.
It was some
Wait.
shade of purple for every one of the first 3 seasons.
It was purple.
It also might have been for 4. I don't remember if 4 was also purple.
I don't think season 1 was.
Season 1 was purple. Season 1 was purple.
Oh, well, what do I know about my own season?
First contact was purple. I remember.
What do I know about the own season that I won, I guess?
Oh,
Nothing, honestly, nothing. Like, I can't wait till we get to the season 1 podcast episode because I don't know if I remember anything.
I'll try and put
Yeah.
notes together. I'll do it in the same format as you, so it's actually somewhat organized.
yeah, that was like super helpful. I would have not remembered
Yeah.
anything without the little sheet.
It took me, like, an
Absolutely
hour.
same.
I literally had to go back and I looked through like
Alright.
everything.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming.
Of course. Thanks
Thank
for
you for
having
having
us.
us. Yeah.
It was fun roundtable discussion on season 3 of Randomvivor.
Yeah.
A great starting off point for the filming endeavors.
Yeah.
Have fun with those.
Trust
Woo!
us, scheduling these have been a nightmare.
Oh, well, at least me
You
and
guys,
Nicole
were,
have
you
time.
guys were the easiest.
Yeah,
by-
you
Yeah.
Heck yeah, we were.
You were the first ones to actually like give us a date, and we're like, "Oh my god, thank you, sweet mercy!"
Wait,
I
is everything going to be within this next week?
Most of
We
them,
can't film
yes.
all of them, but a good number of them I want to get done this week.
Okay, I mean that doesn't
Yeah, I
sound
think-
too bad.
This week
Right?
worked out really well because both me and Ross are on break from school right now. So
Lucky.
Great timing, spring break, baby.
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
good. You guys were, I thought for sure like ours like this season would have been more difficult, just mostly because Sifi, like your time zone. Like I thought for sure
Yeah,
like
European.
Mhm.
you having the European time
It's
zone
okay.
would have been so much harder. But you were
Yeah,
I'm
no.
very used to
You
not
were
being
very- you
European
were
right
very
now.
easy
I
to schedule.
have
really
adapted to
appreciate
the
that.
American time zones.
The amount of times over the last few weeks where I've just yelled at him to go to sleep.
Yeah, and I was like, it's not that late. It's only 3 a.m. Chill, Nicole.
No, it's not that late. It's only 5 a.m.
Yeah, like what? I did go
It's
to
not that
sleep
late,
last
it's only
night.
6
I did go
a.m..
to sleep last night at like 5:30 a.m.
Oh
Oh my
All right,
goodness.
well, we
Slowly-
gotta cut this off because otherwise it's gonna be 2 hours long, if not more.
Oh my god.
Okay, yeah, my earbuds are about to die. So
Okay.
All right, well, thank you guys again. It's great
thank
having
you.
Thank you as well.
It was
And
fun.
see you next episode. Woo!
Bye.
Bye.
Do I just hit leave studio?